St. Joseph's College plans to invest $5 million in downtown Hartford to open a new pharmacy school. Here now is President Pamela Trotman-Reed. 2.5 years. I met you when you first came in. I thought it was 12 months ago, but it's been 2.5 years.
It's been an exciting 2.5 years, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Now, when you came in, there was a lot of turmoil. There were some money issues, some questions about whether or not to go co-ed. There's all kind of things going on. What's been update us real quick on how things are turning around over there.
Things are going so strongly. We have such a fantastic faculty, a really supportive board of trustees, and our students, I call them focused. They are just aware of what education means, and they take advantage of every opportunity.
All women's school, the advantage of that for folks who are out there saying, should we get away from that and go co-ed? What's the real vantage point of having an all-women's?
Well, you know, actually we're co-ed at the graduate level, and also we have a weekend co-ed program for adult men and women. Our daytime, full-time undergraduates are all women, and the advantage is, well, I like to say the women play all the parts. So they can be the top scientist as well as the literary scholar, the dramatist, or the social worker. They can play every part. We have the athletes and the chorus group.
So it's empowering.
It's very empowering.
All right, you had a big deal going on in downtown Hartford, $5 million investing in the Century, in the Hartford 21 building to build a new pharmacy school. Why pharmacy?
Why pharmacy? Well, we're building on three things, really. St. Joseph College has always served the community. We've always reached out, and that's what pharmacy is, a community service. Additionally, we've had a reputation of science for years. Did you know one of the first women to work on the lunar moon rocks was a St. Joseph College alum and faculty member? And finally, healthcare. We have the reputation through our nursing, dietetics, social work, that we are out there in the healthcare community serving people of need, and pharmacy adds to that.
That's a hot sector right now. You have the whole healthcare movement. You have Hartford Hospital, UConn Hospital, St. Francis Hospital. It seems from that standpoint there's a great opportunity to collaborate when this is all said and done.
Absolutely. You know, the statewide, when we look at our pharmacy program and as we develop it, we've established relationships with almost every hospital from Yale New Haven through St. Francis and Hartford and many in between. We're really focused on serving the entire state, but focusing in downtown Hartford puts us in a central location. And I think it helps create the visibility and the connections with our two major hospitals, Hartford Hospital and St. Francis is our real partner.
Now, Hartford 21, beautiful building, but if my
lovely.
memory serves me correctly, it was built to be apartment housing. So is the real story here that apartment housing failed and you guys kind of saved the day because this is supposed to be luxury housing? How did it turn into a pharmacy?
The luxury housing has been going like wildfire.
Well.
Yes, they call the whole complex Hartford 21, but we're actually closer to the Excel area. So we're right above. You see the YMCA's on the second floor. We've taken 35,000 square feet on the third floor.
65 students you're planning, up to 300 when it's all said and done. Now, there was expectations for it to open this year. It's been delayed a year. Talk about that. Putting this together is an enormous undertaking, right?
It is, and we've been going like wildfire. We already have the licensure from the state, so we have our pharmacy school. We've hired 14 amazing faculty in addition to a leadership team, a dean, associate dean. What we have is a unique curriculum. Only about 5 or 6 other institutions have it, and it's you study one course at a time. Instead of taking 5 or 6 classes simultaneously, the students get very focused, very intensive study, and they go about 11 months in a 3-year program.
Now, was it hard for you as president, new president, you have a great vision, is it hard to pull the reins back? Was it hard to say, you know what, guys, let's take a break, even though we had much fanfare to open it this year, let's take a break and do this thing next year? How much trepidation did you have to kind of pull the reins back on this thing?
Well, I can't lie. I had some trepidation because the expectations are so high, the excitement is so high on the part of everyone at the college as well as people all around the community. But, you know, St. Joseph has a reputation for excellence, and we would rather take more time and have the most excellent pharmacy school that we are able to provide to the community than to rush into something so complex, so intensive prematurely.
Your background, very diverse background, went to Howard, went to Temple, went to Penn, you have the Ivy League, you have historically black school, you have Temple. Diversity has been a big part of your mission. Talk about that and where you are now and the importance of inclusion in your personal and professional life.
Well, it's not only in my mission, actually. I want to say sometimes I feel that diversity is my mission, and helping students of color as well as women and men who may be first-generation college students to have the opportunity that I had as a first-generation college student is very important to me. And we insist, and we are paying so much attention at St. Joseph College to helping first generation and students who have the potential be successful. We really feel that that's our definition of social justice.
You had some distinction in your personal life, you and your husband, Dr. Irwin Reed,
yes.
Former president of Wayne State University. So at one point in the household, you have two college presidents at the same time in the household, man and wife. That's a rare feat. How the heck do you guys manage your time and pull that off?
Well, he's been a tremendous mentor to me and aid. It's very helpful sometimes if you can talk about, have someone that you can talk about your problems with, and at the same time not always bring everything home, but not always have everything played out at work either.
Well,
So.
those two academia egos in the house is hard. You need a pretty big house to keep all those PhDs and all that academia.
I think our children and our grandchildren bring us down to earth. So
what's next now? The pharmacy for next year. There's some financial issues going on the year before.
Yes.
What's next now after you pull this off with the pharmacy?
Well, the pharmacy is, as I said, we are still ongoing, so we have to develop this curriculum, and it takes more time than a traditional curriculum because the faculty member engage each student very actively and in groups with case studies. But next, continuing to build on our healthcare reputation, we're looking at the doctor of nurse practice. With the new healthcare legislation, there are 35 million new people, new citizens coming into healthcare system. Not many people are talking about the providers. I spoke to a representative of Aetna the other day who said, who told me if every single student in medical school graduated today and went into primary care, we would still have a shortage of doctors.
Wow, that's something.
So the doctors are going to need pharmacists and nurses to be their partners in delivering this new health expectation that we have.
So you're fulfilling a need and found a niche. Right?
Yes, I think so.
All right, Dr. Pamela Trotman-Reed, the president of St. Joseph College. When we come back, we'll break down the much-anticipated corruption trial of Hart Premier Eddie Perez that kicks off on Wednesday. Attorney Andrew Crumby joins us. Don't go away.